Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Minor League Esports 2v2 action, this time in the Academy League. My name is An Oddfellow. Joining me for this particular series is going to be Spidey720. Spidey, how you doing tonight, man?
Doing fantastic, and I'm excited for our Academy League 2's match between the Lightning and the Jets.
Yeah, this should be a very, very solid game between both teams. The Jets currently sitting at a series score of 1-4, game record 6-19. The Lightning also at series score 1-4. Their game record, however, being 9-16. So generally, same kind of level between both teams. The Jets are going to be fielding Lizzo, who is an 11 salary, and the Dom Diggity, who's a 12. The Lightning fielding K9 Bird, who's a 12, and JG Hyperion, who is an 11-5. So again, very similar skill level between the two players of both teams, and I think this should be an extremely solid matchup between these two Academy level teams.
It definitely will, and I'm really having my eyes open for K9 Bird, who so far this season has been absolutely killing it. Has 32 saves so far, ranked 10th right now in the Academy League, at least 15 games played, which is fantastic. It's averaging 2.1 saves per game. Not only that, but averaging 1.8 goals per game on, I believe it's 15 games played so far, and a 4.67 MVPR just in series that have been played in matches. And that's just a lot to look out for here in Academy League. That's high numbers.
Yeah, and being an Academy League player myself, I can tell you that 1.8 goals per game, averaging almost 2 goals a game, just by yourself over the course of I think that's 25 games, is insane coming out of K9 Bird, and still maintaining an almost 5 MVPR coming out of him. So he is definitely going to be the player to watch out for this game. But not a lot of stats on the side of Dom Diggity and shoot, I just lost it. And Lizzo. A little bit of an unknown factor coming in from the two of them, at least according to the stat sheet. So I think that there's definitely some room here for the Jets to come out and surprise the Lightning, who at least statistically are looking like the better team.
They definitely are, but once again, that's just the statistics as of right now. I mean, coming off of what the information says from scrims, we're seeing an MVPR of a 4.42 for Lizzo and the Dom Diggity at a 4.7, and that's off of a lot of scrims to be had. And I mean, that's fantastic, especially with Lizzo and them both averaging just about 45% win percentage. And I mean, we're talking about a lot of that, but let's get to this game right now as JG Hyperion, K9 Bird actually, I'm sorry, getting a beautiful pass from his teammate. Hyperion tossing it onto K9 Bird's hood. That's beautiful redirect in for the Lightning to get on the board first. Easy strike to get that first goal.
And this is such an unfortunate play because the only reason that JG is able to get that pass out to K9 is because of a very, very poor mistouch by the Dom Diggity, trying to do a very similar play himself into the Jets net, and the ball just rolling off the top of him and just sitting there on the field instead of going into the net. So far, nothing for the Jets to be worried about too much going into this, as Dom Diggity tries to put a shot on, just barely gets crossbarred, and then Lizzo not able to follow up. Now we see K9 putting it over the top of Dom Diggity, puts it into the Jets' corner of the field. Gonna go up for this one, tries to get it over Lizzo, but unfortunately mistouches it down just a little bit. Lizzo is there to meet it. JG putting it back into the corner. Dom Diggity there to meet it, but this ball is still dangerously in front of the net. Dom Diggity unable to clear it out, and K9 Bird is gonna put that in. Second goal of the game for the Lightning.
Absolutely great play from K9 Bird, making sure it goes all the way up to put this down nice and easy. No flare. That was a great pass by JG Hyperion yet again, and the Jets defense just could not get to it fast enough as the Lightning take a 2-0 lead, 3:42 left.
And I am loving the offensive rotations that the Lightning are doing right now. They are quick. They are tight. You know, they are where they need to be exactly when they need to be there, and they're positioning themselves in such a way that when they're making these shots on and just barely missing, a lot of these assists are coming off of shots that are just barely missed and then followed up with. I haven't seen any true, player-to-player pass since that first goal. So I think if the Lightning are able to keep doing that, just kind of, okay, you then me, then you then me, almost wall ball style offense, I think they're going to start seeing a lot of success in this series, but the Jets still have plenty of time to come back in this series with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, as you're saying that, I'm seeing a little bit of these plays that are trying to develop, but like you said, kind of playing a little cautious, which can be very good, as we've seen with the Lightning so far. But the Jets are just trying to make sure that they keep more of an offensive presence, as they've not kept that farther out of their end than like 10 seconds, as K9 Bird has him chased down Lizzo all the way back to the back end, and Dom Diggity up, but K9 Bird plays it perfectly off the back wall, and now once again going to clear it out of the zone as an open net opportunity yet again, and JG Hyperion tossing it in off of another perfect pass off of an unfortunate redirect from Lizzo, and 3-0, 2:30 left.
Yeah, and I can feel for Lizzo here. I have done this exact play every time. You're getting pressured by somebody and you just want to get the ball away from them. And the next thing you know, you're smacking it right off the wall and it's centering perfectly for the other teammate. But Dom Diggity is able to take this kickoff away from the Jets and put the first goal on the board. Excuse me, take it away from the Lightning and put the first goal on the board for the Jets.
Definitely, and the Dom Diggity repping the Octane ZSR. And trying to make sure not many people use that anymore, but beautiful play, quick, easy kickoff, benefit off the cheat up, and hopefully the Jets can try to get something else going right now as they have that momentum going now.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the Jets are doing a lot of good things themselves as well, although unfortunately right there we're seeing an example of some of what they're not doing so great, which seems to be a lack of communication, as they have a double commit there at midfield. So if they can get their communication down a little bit and just kind of tighten up their rotations, I think they'll start seeing a little bit more success. But right now, the Lightning are doing the best they can. Oh no, but that's a mistouch from Hyperion, and that's going to go in. Oh, what an own goal.
I mean, we're talking about pass plays as much as we can, but we didn't expect the pass play to come out from sniping the hood. K9 Bird just trying to get it back to the corner, and Hyperion was just in the way. Got it put right on his hood for a beautiful pass play, just not on the right net. And the Jets get away with one right there.
Hey man, it's just leads into the age-old adage of your best players are always going to come on your own net. You know, the Lightning making a good example of that there, but now we start to see the Jets making some offensive pressure here. Good pinch by Dom to put that one across to Lizzo, although unfortunately a little too fast for Lizzo to make anything happen with it in terms of a goal. But Dom still controlling this ball at the midfield. I'm seeing the Jets doing much better now in the last minute and a half or so of keeping midfield control of the ball and really keeping it on the Lightning side of the field, as Dom once again goes back up and keeps it on the Lightning side. But this one is finally going to get cleared out by Hyperion as Dom chases it into the corner. This one's going to get bounced off in favor of the Lightning, and K9 puts a great shot in off a perfect pass from Hyperion.
I mean, you can't draw that up any better. K9 even rotated his car perfectly to make sure that that was not going any farther left. Tucked it in on an open net. Beautiful pass once again from JG Hyperion that gives him the playmaker and gives K9 Bird the hat trick on that goal.
Yeah, and you know, once again, this is just a great example of communication as Lizzo gets a beautiful carry there, but unfortunately is denied by the crossbar. Gonna try and turn this one back. Not quite enough power to make anything happen on that one, but this ball is still dangerously in front of the Lightning net. Does finally get cleared away by K9. Lizzo is gonna collect this up and try and take it up the wall. Nothing off the ceiling, so he's going to try and carry this off the wall again. Tries to get another touch, but unable to do so. Gets turned away by K9. Dom getting a nice bounce out of the corner, out towards the center of the field, but Lizzo not able to catch up to it. And K9 is going to turn this one away. And so far, the defense from the Lightning looking extremely strong this game one.
They definitely are, and as you're talking about it, there's a lot more presence now of the Jets the past about minute and a half in the Lightning end as a hard clear comes out to give an offensive opportunity. Back again, shot on goal. The Dom Diggity sends it wide. Lizzo getting another beautiful block, and now you talked about the Lightning defense. It doesn't matter because this is stopping hard. Jets have an offensive opportunity but could not capitalize, and it looks like it is going to be in the benefit of the Lightning for this first game of the 5-game series as another shot goes wide.
Jets still have about a second. Never mind, I was going to say they had a couple seconds there to try and get another goal there, but great showing from both teams. The Lightning just coming out on top, just putting their shots a little bit more accurately on target. 6 shots for the Lightning to 5 shots for the Jets. So you know, a lot of that came down to the Lightning's overall defense, but I definitely did see a couple of shots from the Jets that I think should have been goals. That one air dribble carry from Lizzo getting turned away by the crossbar, and then Dom Diggity had a shot very early on that I think should have gone in, but got denied by the crossbar as well. So if the Jets could just kind of get their shot accuracy down a little bit and then start sharing the ball around a little bit more, I think they'll start seeing a lot more success.
Sharing the ball around is definitely what they need to do, as all 4 goals for the Lightning had been assisted. And with the Jets, it seemed like they just started a little too late. And I think that they just need to get that spark going now that they got a couple goals under their belt, even though technically they only scored 1. The other one was a great pass play by the Lightning. But I mean, they got some momentum going. Hopefully, let's see what happens going into this game 2. As we need to see some of those passes. Like you said, Lizzo had a great air drag, which you don't see often in the Academy League. A beautiful carry. Couldn't get it to his teammate, though, as he was not too close behind. And now let's see if we can get that connection going, as we know that the caster curse ends up starting strong, and Lizzo gets a self-pass off of the kickoff. A beautiful play off the corner to be able to get that tucked right in front of K9 Bird's hood. At 6 seconds into a game, you can't get it started any faster than that.
Absolutely not. And this is exactly what I was going to say the Jets need to do. They needed to score first, and they needed to score first early and get that momentum going back in their favor. As that ball just kind of sits on the side for a little bit there, as no one really goes on until Dom finally gets over. Big miss from Hyperion there, though, but K9 is there to save the shot. Dom still keeping this on the Lightning side of the field. Lizzo going to play it right back into the corner. 0 boost to his name, though, so he's going to have to go ahead and fall back here. Dom already sitting back by the net. Hyperion tries to put a shot on, not enough power, though, and Lizzo's easily going to be able to collect this. Looking like they're going to try and make something happen here. Gets a beautiful flick over the top of K9, but Hyperion is right there to make the save. Dom tries to put another shot on, but Lizzo is not there for the redirect.
This is a lot more pressure already starting off for the Jets, and it seems like the Lightning are feeling a little bit of the pressure to start off with. I mean, having a couple missed touches, having a couple misses in general, as K9 Bird's bringing it back, trying to get it down. Hyperion slows it down a little bit, get into the corner, and what a save coming out from Dom Diggity, just barely coming back fast enough to help out his teammate, as a hard clear coming out, going towards goal, but JG Hyperion sends it wide to try to stop some sort of offensive pressure yet again. But he could not get the touch. Lizzo, open net shot right in front of K9 Bird, tucks it in, gets a 2-goal lead for the Jets.
And this is the kind of offensive pressure that we needed to see from the Jets out of this game 1. That was a great fake challenge by Lizzo to throw off Hyperion there and open the net wide open to be able to put that shot on. The Jets need to keep this going for the rest of this game and into the rest of this series. And I think they're showing everybody that they have a much better chance in this series than they potentially showed in game 1.
I mean, they started off a little bit too slow in game 1, but you see game 2, they came out firing on all cylinders, keeping that offensive pressure with 5 shots on goal so far, and not having to play as much defense, as you're not seeing the Lightning trying to get those connections, as we hope there's a dribble play comes out, tosses it over the defense, and Lizzo just taking it on their own all the way to the goal. What a shot to get the hat trick. 3-0 Jets.
And Lizzo with the mind games coming out here, getting a little jiggle fake in front of K9 and then flicking that perfectly over the top of Hyperion. I will say Lizzo's ground ball control is definitely very high for an Academy League level player, so they're performing extremely well this game. And some big thing to point out about this game, 2 of the 3 goals so far for the Jets have come off of assists, as opposed to 0 assists from last game. So they're definitely starting to utilize each other a lot more, and Lizzo is absolutely going insane in this game too.
I think he just carried over the opportunities he had first game. And once again, talking about opportunities, Lizzo, an open net just from a not a big enough clear coming from JG Hyperion, and gave an open space for Lizzo to shoot. You can't miss those open nets, and the Jets did not squander that opportunity to take the advantage.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is that the Jets were starting to show it at the end of last game, and it really carried into this game, was that they are just absolutely dominating the midfield line of this game and just not letting the ball get anywhere near their half, as the Dom Diggity finally gets a score on the board for himself and takes his team to 5-0 with still over half the game left to play.
This is just a totally different team. Both teams are. I mean, the Jets coming out 9 shots on goal, not even halfway through the game so far. The Lightning only have 3 shots on goal. The Lightning have been pinned in their end the whole time, and now the Jets are the ones that are getting every opportunity possible when the Lightning had that going the other way, as they might have a good opportunity now. K9 Bird trying to play it to the corner, could not get it. JG tries to put it on goal. K9 Bird, can he turn around fast enough? Toss it on, he does, and gets the first goal for the Lightning game 2. They needed that to try to get this going and get their offense going in this game 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and this was dangerous for them for sure because they had both players up. If the Jets got a really good clear there, then that was going to be potentially an open fast break goal for them. But great turnaround time by K9 there, great accuracy to be able to get that quick shot on. Hyperion tries to make something happen here, but Dom is there to turn it away. Now the Lightning just need to start getting some more offense going, but unfortunately Dom Diggity is going to squeak that one by as the Lightning overcommit just a little bit, and the score increases to 6-1 in favor of the Jets.
As everybody knows in Rocket League, if you have an open net, you gotta hit it, and it seems like the Jets have hit 3 opportunities given to them this game alone, and 11 shots on goal, 6 goals. That's a great shot percentage, especially at this rank, and that's a beautiful opportunity that they took advantage of. But now the Lightning need to try to get advantage of their own. Ooh. As K9 Bird takes it himself. Low boost, doesn't matter, doesn't even need that corner boost that spawned right then and there, right after. Touched it under. Lizzo trying to play the backboard, and beautiful play as 2 minutes are left, 4 goals needed for the Lightning to tie it up. It's definitely a good opportunity that they can try to get, but they need more offensive pressure.
Oh, absolutely, and I will say K9 Bird in the last 30 seconds or so has absolutely just started popping off kind of out of nowhere as Dom Diggity tries to get a shot there. But, K9 having 2 goals, one of those coming off an assist from Hyperion. I think that they are really starting to kind of shine a little bit in the back half of this game too, putting themselves in a great position to at least get some of these points back. It might be a little bit too little too late, but if the Lightning can get some momentum going into game 3, then if the Jets are able to take this game 2 as it's looking like they're going to, the Lightning still have a chance to get the series lead back in game 3. They just need to find some momentum going forward as Lizzo just annihilates K9 Bird in the corner.
As we're talking about this momentum, I mean, it could go either way right now. There was a lot of momentum started off for the Jets, but it seems like it's died down a little bit and is going towards the Lightning. Like you said, they might be able to take it back game 3, but a minute left, and I mean, this is where any opportunity could be had, and Lizzo just making sure he's adding to his stat line and trying to get yet another goal, and that makes it 5 so far on 7 shots on goal. An unfortunate note for an own goal coming out on the Lightning defense. And I mean, like you said, this game must be in the books, so Lightning are just trying to look forward at what game 3 is going to have for them.
Yeah, exactly. And the biggest thing for the Lightning going into this is just they got to get this game out of their head as best as they can and as quickly as they can. Obviously, think about the mistakes that you made, think about how you can improve on them, but don't dwell on the loss too quickly, especially this early in the series. The Jets are going to tie the series up 1-1 here, but that's only 2 games in out of a 5-game series, and we are playing all 5 games. So the Lightning still have a chance to come back and get a series win here and try and get some more games tacked onto their game record for the rest of the season. They definitely have the opportunity to do so. We saw it in game 1. They have the offensive potential. They have the rotations and the speed. It's just the Jets in this game 2 came out so fast and with so much intensity that I think it just caught the Lightning off guard and they just weren't sure what to do.
That's normally what happens a lot with that first game, is the feel-out game. You got to see what exactly that other team is capable of, and we're definitely seeing that the Lightning came off strong, and now the Jets were like, all right, we need to be a lot more aggressive. As it looks like about 10 seconds left, JG Hyperion is going to try to get it out of his zone, but Lizzo is just tossing it back to mid, and now the Lightning are trying to get some sort of push to carry this momentum forward, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Ball's going to be dead, and they are going to end on the Barcelona in the benefit of the Jets, 8-2. What a second game.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for the Jets, I think, in that game, other than the fact that, they really started taking control of the midfield and the field in general, which they started doing at the end of game 1, but really shown in game 2, is the assist column. They had 0 assists in game 1. They had 4 of their 8 goals come off of assists in this game 2, and that is going to be crucial going into the rest of this series. I'm noticing so far, especially in Academy League, passing plays are not utilized nearly enough, but when they are used, they are deadly, they are effective, and they are efficient. And so if the Jets can continue to have that assist lead over the Lightning, I think we'll start seeing a lot more goals going in favor of the Jets. But the Lightning showed in Game 1 they have just as much potential to do the same thing. So if they can kind of collect themselves, get themselves an early goal and score first, I think they're going to have a better chance in Game 3.
As you're talking about who scored first, the first game, Lightning scored first, they ended up winning. Second game, Jets scored first, they ended up winning. I know it's obviously following a pattern, but I think the Jets heard exactly what we said before. They needed to get those assists and getting that ball movement going around instead of meaningless touches. And as you saw, the offensive pressure really got to the Lightning as they had a total of 7 saves that they were having to try to be on their end for so long of that game that they couldn't do as much as what they did before. As now JG Hyperion gets it off the post to post, and could not get it in the goal. Very unfortunate, but this is still staying in as another double commit comes out for the Lightning. We need to see a lot less double commits and a lot more communication to come out, as we didn't see it much last game.
Yeah, and that was the exact same criticism that I had of the Jets in Game 1. They fixed that in Game 2. I don't think I saw a single double commit from them the entirety of Game 2, so now it's the Lightning who are having that issue. As K9, what a save coming out from K9, just absolutely denying Lizzo, who looked like they had a perfect shot on the goal. But K9 showing that they are absolutely earning that number 1 spot on their team in terms of most of the stat columns, I believe saves as well. So yeah, K9 really showing their defensive skill there. And as of right now, the Jets still are maintaining that midfield presence while they haven't scored yet. The Lightning really haven't had much time out of their side of the field as Lizzo tries to make another shot, but does miss that one.
This is going to be a good opportunity by the Lightning to be able to try to catch the Jets off guard. Boost steal right at the middle. Lizzo has no boost. JG Hyperion gets the bump, but could not get back on the ball fast enough. And now it's just going to stay in. The Lightning need to get this ball out of their end. They're luckily having a lot of boost, but it's creating a lot of pressure and possible double commits here and there. As another attempted pass play comes out, Jets just trying to get something as Canine Bird trying to bring it over. It cannot keep control enough of it to keep this presence as threatening as what the Jets have.
Yeah, and right there in the corner, I saw my first mistake from the Jets where they just kind of collided with each other. A little bit of a lack of communication on the rotation side, but unfortunately, neither of the Lightning players there to take advantage of that as this ball is centered for Lizzo. Unfortunately, gets a bad touch here, and now Canine Bird has a chance, just not able to get the power off of the backflip going there, and Dom Diggity is able to turn that one away and put it right back on the Lightning side of the field, and the Jets have just been an absolute offensive powerhouse since the beginning of Game 2, and what a save from Hyperion, but just, there's nothing you could do when the Jets are playing this aggressive. What a shot there from Dom Diggity.
Speaking of aggression, if you watch Canine Bird, Lizzo comes out of nowhere and smacks him out of goal. Could not get the save because he got bumped out. Great aggression coming out by Lizzo to give Dom Diggity just an easy shot to come in and fall down to give them the first goal of Game 3. And as we know so far in the series, whoever scores first takes the game. As another shot comes out, a little lob coming out from Lizzo. The Dom Diggity trying to tuck it down, but what defense coming out from the Lightning. They have been solid so far, except for that little bump that threw them off guard. And now we're seeing the Lightning being pressured as the ball's going rolling back, and Canine Bird yet again. A wonderful save coming from outside of goal to tuck it away. And this is just absolutely amazing defense, and both teams really fighting their heart out.
Yeah, absolutely. As it looked like Lizzo was trying to go for another bump on Canine Bird there, did miss, so Canine gets the clear out, had a chance at an open net there, but unfortunately neither Lightning player able to catch up for it. And one thing the Lightning have going for them, I've been noticing this all series, is that their defense has been extremely solid. The problem that they got is that they ran into the issues they ran into last game was that the way that the Jets are making their shots, the positioning, everything, they're just making it so awkward for the Lightning to make 2 and 3 saves in a row, and it's kind of biting them a little bit. But when they have these chances to make these dramatic saves, they're making them. It's just the problem of the Jets have so much offensive control. They're putting shot after shot after shot after shot, and the Lightning just need to get out of their own half. A minute and a half left to play in this game, only down by 1. Definitely still have a chance to come back in this Game 3.
That is definitely what I was about to note of, just as much as the amount of transitions that the Lightning have not been able to do, as Lizzo gets a beautiful flick over the defender, too much over the edge as Dom Diggity tucks it back. What a pass play coming out. Lizzo tosses it over. Looked like it was a little bit of an intentional flick because that was way high, but Dom Diggity gets up fast enough, tucks it in the left side. What a shot to give a 2-goal lead, a minute left, and now the Lightning have to dig out even deeper of a pit.
Yeah, and that play comes down to 100% communication between Dom and Lizzo. You know, Lizzo ideally calling to Dom that he was about to miss, as Hyperion misses an open net opportunity there. Lizzo might have turned it away, but had a chance there, and Lizzo finally scores. 48 seconds left in this game, and the Jets find themselves up 3-0, and I think they might be running away with this Game 3, continuing the first goal curse.
Exactly, continuing that, as K9 Bird actually bailed out and went for that corner boost. Kind of looked like, oh, maybe he doesn't have enough boost, but kind of misread the situation. It's either that or the Lightning are like, you know, we might just have to call this one a Game 2. Because 40 seconds left, it's definitely doable, but with how much they have not been able to create the offensive pressure or capitalize on those opportunities that the Jets gave, which they have not been giving up much since Game 1. Game 1, they had a couple mistakes, but like you said, they have been seamless just about since, and the Lightning have not been able to get any sort of passes or shots out. Has little awkwardness coming out of the goal line, but Dom Diggity gets just enough of a clear, and now it's just staying in the end. I think the Jets are just trying to stall as much time as possible, as this game is going to go down in the books, a 3-0 game for the Jets, as a 2-1 series lead as well.
Yeah, and the Lightning definitely have an opportunity to still come back in this series. You know, they're showing flashes of brilliance here. They just can't put enough together at the exact right time. It seems like the games where they're popping off on defense, their offense is faltering. Then the games where they're popping off on offense, their defense is faltering. So, you know, but I mean, just look at the stat line. 10 shots on goal for the Jets, 6 saves for the Lightning. So, you know, the Lightning defense is definitely holding strong. The problem is the Jets are just controlling that midfield line so much. If the Lightning can get some good defensive to offensive rotation, get good clears, get good passes out, I know it's a lot harder to do in 2s than it is in 3s, but it's still possible, then I think they'll start seeing a lot more success in terms of winning that midfield game.
I was going to actually mention that midfield game has been absolutely locked down for the Jets, because the Lightning only had 2 shots on goal that game. That just shows that it's all pressure for the Jets. They're keeping that midline. That ball's rolling out. Nope, I'm sending that back. I don't care if it's on goal or not. I'm just making sure that there is absolutely no chance that this ball is leaving that zone, because that pressure is really getting to the Lightning, and they need to get used to that transition offense that comes out of those defensive touches from those saves. You can't toss it back to a spot that a Jets player might be. And that's really what the other thing is just that communication aspect. As a far down, almost in, and Dom Diggity just gives the slightest bit of a touch off a crazy air hit, just coming out right off the kickoff awkwardness. And K9 Bird got the touch out, but Dom Diggity just dunks it right over him to give a quick lead yet again, and Jets score the first goal 3 games in a row and won the last 2. Can they carry over to Game 4?
Yeah, and Dom had such a great shot off this initial one, as K9 gets a very similar shot here, trying to put it back in, but Lizzo is there to turn it away, but Hyperion will be there to bury in the back of the net. And just 10 seconds, I think, after the opening goal, the Lightning have answered right back, and this Game 4 is already shaping up to be probably the most competitive of the series.
That's what I always love to see, especially in Rocket League. I'm not saying it's got to be a strong offense, but a strong both sides of each game. And so far, actually, it looks like a small disconnection error or something happened with Lizzo, as he didn't go for the kickoff, or didn't move after the kickoff. JG Hyperion capitalizes on it, and that's just unfortunate for the Jets at the moment. But the Lightning get that goal that they definitely needed, because the Jets have been striking first and striking strong the whole series so far.
Yeah, and it does actually look like Lizzo has lost connection, which is extremely unfortunate for the Jets, as Hyperion is able to score another one here. Hopefully Dom Diggity is able to hold his own just a little bit. And, you know, this is never something you want to see in a live game.
whether it's a live game, whether it's a casual or competitive, you know how it can normally be with a competitive aspect and everything. But I think that as long as Dom Diggity could try to kind of keep that ball hard clears here and there, hopefully we can get Lizzo back into the game soon and try to see if we can get some sort of hold back on the numbers, as JG Hyperion just trying to play it nice and slow around the single defender of Dom Diggity. And this might be a good chance for the Lightning to capitalize on the small connection error to tie up the series 2-2, hopefully.
Yeah, and you know, as I was saying, this is never something that you want to see. It's extremely unfortunate for the Jets and for Dom Diggity, but you know, as are the rules, we must continue the game and continue on, and you know, just kind of hope that Lizzo is able to reconnect. It was looking like he was having some connection issues kind of throughout a lot of the series. I think he's a European player based off how his base ping is, being in that mid to high 100s anyways. And it does look like Lizzo is going to be rejoining. We'll be getting back on the field shortly. So with just under 4 minutes left to play, the Jets absolutely still have an opportunity to come back here as Lizzo re-enters the fray.
I mean, this is exactly the kind of that I would be like, as Lizzo, I'd be like, all right, you know what? I disconnected. We need to get this back. Let's get this show back going. We were doing so great the past 2 games. We're not killing that momentum. As a perfect pass coming out to mid, as a dead 50 comes out. Dom Diggity trying to get something, but he didn't have much boost to get back to the ball. And Lizzo's just trying to play the back wall. Now the Jets are actually getting pushed on their back end constantly, and we need to see something come out for them to clear the ball out, as another shot coming out by Canine Bird. Lizzo sends it wide.
Yeah, big save there by Lizzo, and you know, now the Lightning have to deal with both defenders from the Jets once again. And you know, if I'm the Jets, I'm coming into the rest of this going, okay, we just got scored on 3 times because of a disconnect. I'm angry and I want to try and get some points back. So they're going to be playing with everything that they have. And you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm surprised that I've only seen one real, true, effective bump in this entire series. I think that bumps and demos are something that are not utilized nearly enough at the academy level, and they're so critical to the game because it throws everything off. The easiest way to break up a team that has extremely strong rotations, like the Lightning and Jets both kind of do, is to forcibly break up that rotation by removing a player from it. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see if either of these teams gets a little bit more aggressive as Hyperion puts the 5th goal on and makes it just that more difficult for the Jets to come back in this game 4.
You know, as you talk about a bump, I don't think they need a bump if they're pulling out pass plays like this. That is right there a playmaker for Canine Bird, and here comes all of the assists coming back in the benefit of the Lightning as they did in game 1. And that's it. Now they're clicking back. I guess maybe it just took a small disconnect for them to get their and they're pushed in the right direction. But we need to see that the Jets need to get something. Like they started off in game 2, they did do a couple bumps, but not too much. You got to remember, you got to keep it in. As I'm seeing Dom Diggity and Hyperion getting a little bit of confusion going off on the side and getting a little bumps going on. We need to see something go on where it's within rotation. You do not want to go outside of rotation and mess up what could be your own rotation just as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, I will say that the rotations from both teams have been extremely clear and extremely clean, and I'm not saying that they should be going out of their rotations to make these bumps and demos, but especially in 2s, if you're getting like a shot that you know is going to miss, you know, the first thing that you should do after calling to your teammate, hey, my shot's about to miss, is go and try and get the goalie out of the net, whether it's through a bumper or a demo or like making them fear a bumper or a demo. Is a big demo comes in there from Lizzo.
You know, we always talk about this. I've cast with you a few times, and every time we cast, we talk about something that happens. And I don't know if you saw, but Lizzo had that demo lined up in his eyes as a beautiful pass comes over, tries to fake it, gets a successful fake, gets it over to Dom Diggity, and Dom Diggity tucks it away. And what a play coming out from the Jets. 1:09 left, down 3. They are trying to get a full head of steam going. As they're down 3 goals, it is very doable with just over a minute left.
Yeah, and I do want to apologize. I'm being informed by the broadcasting gods that Lizzo is, in fact, from Brazil. And that obviously going to be having an issue with the ping. So, you know, I think despite that, Lizzo has been doing a fantastic job. You know, all these players that come in from outside North America and play in these leagues on these servers as there almost was a shot that went in there. Oh, big bump from Dom Diggity on Hyperion. Oh, but Lizzo just shanks it right and is not able to make it happen. But Hyperion misses the touch. This ball is still dangerously in front of the Lightning net. Now it's high in the air, but K9 is going to be able to turn it away, and now it's going towards an empty net from the Jets, but Lizzo is going to catch up to it and put it back into the corner. There was a chance for the Jets there, but unfortunately not able to make it happen.
I don't know how many times you can say unfortunately, but there was about 2 or 3 different bumps that gave a perfect opportunity for the Jets, but I don't think they had enough boost to get it as K9 Bird gets a beautiful flick over. It gets saved, but sent almost back into goal as K9 Bird just gets a crazy pinch and a beautiful defense right there by the Jets, but it's going to be too little too late as a disconnect is going to give the Lightning an ultimate benefit by giving them Game 4 5-2 and tie up the series 2-2. We're going to Game 5 to see who claims the series.
Yeah, this is always so exciting. You know, in MLE, we play all 5 games of the series. So, you know, if someone wins 3-0, then the series is just done at that point, and games 4 and 5 really don't matter. But you love seeing it when it still ties up at 2-2. You get a good, real Game 5 with some actual, you know, meat to it. And I just got to say, Hyperion absolutely went off in that game, despite, you know, the disconnect, getting 5 goals off of 8 shots. And so, you know, hopefully the Jets can recover from that just a little bit and chalk that up to, okay, there was a disconnect there. It wasn't really anything that we did wrong that led to that. So hopefully they can kind of get this loss out of their heads, get back into the offensive power that they were in games 2 and 3, and really recover going into Game 5.
3 assists came out from the Lightning. They were playing very well together, and I think 2 of them actually came when the Jets actually had both players on the field. So that's great to see, but the Jets, like you said, need to get some sort of umph going in their offensive end, hopefully, for this Game 5, because when they are creating the pressure, I mean, they won 3-0 one game and 8-2 another game. That's not just winning by one game. Or 1 goal. That's a lot of goals to be able to have on offense. And you can see that both teams, when they're winning by a bigger margin than just a 1 goal, like just barely. No, this is a high-scoring series, and I'm excited for what this Game 5 is going to bring.
Yeah, and both of these teams are so momentum-based. That has a lot to do with why, for the majority of these games, as this ball is dangerous, big touch there from Hyperion, though, to kind of back pass it to K9, but Dom is still there. Ooh. K9 turns it away, and my goodness, the Jets are coming out in the first 8 seconds, just absolutely hammering the net as Dom gets the pass.
Wow!
What a save from K9 off the ceiling! Oh my goodness! Oh my! That was such a save coming in from him, just dropping down from the ceiling, and the Lightning are making this so difficult for the Jets to get that first goal.
That is not something you see often at the academy level. Like, that is a beautiful save. It's funny because both defenders of the Lightning were up on that backboard, and K9 Bird, just both of them come crashing down like some sort of gate, as like, no, this is not going in. And the defense holding so strong by the Lightning, and they're both stuck over in the corner, but the Jets could not toss it back. Dom Diggity just trying to keep that ball in the Lightning end, as it has been almost all of this game for the first minute at least. And K9 Bird just coming out, showing that, yeah, I average high amount of saves, as I have 3 within the first minute.
Yeah, absolutely. And big pinch coming in there from the Lightning players to put that into the corner and finally get the Lightning on some offense here, but Dom Diggity finally turns it away. And to the point that I was making before all the excitement there a second ago, is that both these teams are extremely momentum-based. That's why we've been seeing so many of these games being decided by whoever scores the first goal. Last game obviously being the exception due to the disconnect. But that has a lot to do with why these games have been so high scoring. You know, whichever team, when I say that they're momentum based, if they get momentum in their favor, they get it really in their favor, as Dom Diggity finally just squeaks one by K9 Bird, and I'll finish my point later.
That was a beautiful play, by the way, by Dom Diggity, actually coming from directly parallel with the ball, came all the way across and got it straight on goal underneath the defender. Beautiful play coming out. Just the Lightning could not get the clear that they have been needing so far to be able to create more pressure and not have the ball stuck in their end. Has 4 shots on goal right now for the Jets and 0 for the Lightning, and we're 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and once again, I'm seeing the same kind of issues coming out of the Lightning. The defense is there, and it's fantastic. However, they're not converting it into good offense here as K9 tries to get a shot off a beautiful pass from Hyperion. Big demo onto Lizzo, though, to kind of shut down the offensive push from the Jets. K9 trying to pinch it out of the corner. Kind of lucky that no one from the Jets went on it, but Dom Diggity letting that one get extremely close. K9 almost getting a good 50 there, but now Dom has a shot at the open net. It's going to go wide to the right, and that one is not going to go in, and both teams just missing shots left and right here.
Oh, yeah, missing shots, but Dom Diggity has an open net to shoot on. I don't think he's missed one of those just yet. And a beautiful play. Lizzo tried to get it underneath both of them as a hard double commit yet again comes out from the Lightning. And they're just being riddled with their little mistakes that the Jets are capitalizing on as they did in game 2 and 3.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for the Lightning, as I keep attempting to say, is that their defense is extremely strong, but, you know, they're not getting these good clears. They're getting touches, kind of like what K9 Bird is getting right here. He gets it up and saved, but then just kind of drops it right back down to Lizzo. Now there's an open net here because Hyperion just leaves because there's a big double commit there, and Dom Diggity is able to capitalize on that and go 3-0 up in favor of the Jets.
I mean, let's not discredit this angle that Dom Diggity came out and shot. Yes, it was an open net, but that is a hard angle to shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Lizzo couldn't get that dead center, but it doesn't matter because Dom Diggity is just sniping everything. And all 3 goals, once again, have been assisted by the Jets, which means Lizzo has yet another playmaker and Dom Diggity has yet another hat trick. And this is an opportunity for the Lightning to try to get something as just under 2 minutes left. They need to have some sort of pressure not on their end.
Yeah, and, you know, with 2 minutes left, they still have a chance here mathematically, especially in twos, but with time ticking down, it is getting so dangerous for them and so much more difficult, especially with the fact that the Jets are able to maintain such good presence. Now, this is an opportunity here as Hyperion gets a big demo onto Lizzo, gets a 50 in the air with Dom. Lizzo is going to be there for the catch, pops it right up to the wall where Hyperion is waiting. Lizzo with another great catch, a great play off the wall there by Lizzo to maintain control. Dom tries to get a touch in the air, not able to do so. Lizzo has a chance at the open net and is going to put it in. 1 minute, 14 seconds left in this game. The Jets looking like they're going to take this game 5.
I will say a lot of hats off and props to Lizzo. His car control is completely prime right now. Being able to catch the ball and land perfectly, the air capability, the ground dribbles, like absolutely amazing. And that's probably why he's contributed to all 4 of these goals as Dom tries to put it on, almost kind of took it from Lizzo. But now the Lightning have a little bit of a push, a minute left. They need to try to get something fast and get it as basically to each other because the Jets defense has been absolutely amazing. Even though there's been bump demos coming out constantly by the Lightning, it hasn't caused any threat to the Jets.
Yeah, and the Lightning are quickly running out of time as it is. We are quickly ticking down towards the verge of mathematically impossible here, which I believe we are now hitting that point right about now. So the Lightning, unfortunately, not able to be able to make anything happen with this one as they have yet to score a goal in this game 5. The Jets sit pretty with 4, and it does look like the Jets are going to go ahead and take the series victory with a score of 3-2. And, you know, this is exactly the kind of series I was hoping it was going to be coming into this. Both these teams were extremely solid, played very well. The Jets just coming out with more offensive pressure. The Lightning couldn't really figure out what to do about it.
Speaking of offensive pressure, one of the things I was just about to mention in a minute, 9 shots on goal for the Jets this game and only 1 for the Lightning. I don't know if you can get much more offensive pressure than that as almost another one comes out, but the Jets are just going to kill it. That's phenomenal gameplay by the Jets. Honestly, hats off to both teams. That's great that the Lightning ended up pulling out game 4, took advantage of the disconnect, but the Jets came back with a full head of steam and made sure that they claimed the series 3-2. And I mean, the Jets, I think, rolled down their window and heard us in game after game 1 and was like, hey, you need to get it together, be together. And man, they were definitely together every other game since.
Yeah, absolutely. And hats off to the Lightning. They did absolutely everything that they could there, but, the Jets just coming out so much stronger. Once again, Lizzo bringing some attention to the skill of South American players. And I really think that we're starting to see a lot more players from South America, coming into the North American leagues and games and really showing how strong that region is. And so, great performance from him and Dom Diggity. Great chemistry between the two of them. And I think the Jets definitely have a chance to improve on their season so far. Only really getting 3 game point wins in this series, but leaving plenty of potential going forward. I think that they still definitely have a great opportunity going into the rest of the season.
I mean, like I said, hats off to Lizzo and their capability to get that ball in car control. Absolutely amazing. But hats off, both teams played their hearts out, and I absolutely love to see that all the time. And as we're coming in talking about car control and everything like that, we're about to be coming up to our Champ League Dodgers versus the Rhinos 3s coming up soon. So if you stay tuned, this is going to be a lot more Rocket League action for the rest of the Sunday night.
Yep, that match will be starting at about 9 o'clock. You guys are going to be hosted by the wonderful Captain Atsoka and Thunder B. So for now, I'm going to be signing off. So is he. Excuse me, it's Jordak. Captain Atsoka and Jordak. I lied. So for now, I have been an Oddfellow. He has been Spidey720. Thank you guys so much for tuning in so far to the front half of this cast, and we will see you guys after the break.